Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy K Storm. Welcome to my first ever podcast. Welcome to Storm Center. We are finally doing it. Finally. If you do not know much about me, I am a sports broadcasting student at Full Sail University. So this is what my career is going to be, is doing stuff like this, talking to you guys. So if you are new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, like the video, put anything in the comment, any recommendations, anything I need to do differently, audio is bad, anything, please let me know. Today, though, my first ever episode, first things first, I'm gonna start off talking a little bit about myself, where I'm from, who I am, so you guys can learn more about me. And I will be having guests currently on this podcast, so we will see who is gonna hop in here. Might have my dad next week. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, so I hope everyone's having a great, amazing, blessed, wonderful day. Let's talk about who K Storm is, right? So my name's Cameron Storm. I was born July of 2002, so I am 21 years old. I just turned 21 actually, so let's go. I am a big-time sports fan. Obviously grew up my entire childhood watching sports, all my life moving around, everything, right? I'm a big Charger fan. You probably can tell by the jersey I'm wearing. And I'm a huge Dodger fan, as well as a massive Laker fan. I got this Kobe tattoo on my arm. And by the way, let's just say happy birthday to Kobe Bryant. Gone way too soon. Super sad. I will touch into that a little bit more after I am done talking about what's going on in the sports world right now. Anyway, that's a little bit about me. If you guys have any questions about who I am, you can go ahead and go into my comments or even on my Instagram, DM me anything. Just ask a little more about me, and I will respond back. No problem. No questions asked. So let's get into this. First things first, I really want to touch base about what's going on in the NFL with Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan Taylor is by far one of the biggest running backs in the NFL. Superstar. Had some crazy seasons. Last year was a little bit of a down year, but the year before that, unbelievable. He is wanting out of the Colts. So there is a article that came out today. I don't know if you guys have seen. I will leave that link to that in my description. You want to go check up on that article by CBS. And there's a lot of teams that are talks of going after Jonathan Taylor. The main team I've seen a lot is going to be the Miami Dolphins. So the Dolphins really could use that RB1. I mean, they do have Raheem Mostert, but let's be real here. If they got Jonathan Taylor, that offense would become stellar. And honestly, the Dolphins would be a serious contender to go to the Super Bowl. Based on health, right? If Tua stays healthy, that team's going to be ridiculous, obviously. But if they add that running back piece to be able to open up that offense, Tyreek Hill has never in his career played with a superstar caliber running back like Jonathan Taylor is. So my thing is if you open that up, handing that ball off, getting Jonathan Taylor some carries, he doesn't even have to average 100 yards a game. He can run for 80 yards and a touchdown, right? That opens up Tyreek Hill. That opens up Jalen Waddle. That opens up the ability for Tua to be able to have that check down guy, to have that guy that is there next to him no matter what. That if he doesn't have anything there, he can dump it to JT. I really genuinely think that is going to open up Miami's offense so much. But we do always have to talk about if the Dolphins don't do it. You know, there is a lot of talks, maybe they don't do it because maybe the Dolphins don't want to give them the money. Maybe the Dolphins don't want to do this, do that. There's a lot of et cetera things, right? But Jonathan Taylor, man, to the Dolphins would be probably one of the biggest moves in the last couple years. It would make the Dolphins a instant contender. So, as well with the Dolphins, there is another team out there that is just kind of sneaky, a little sneaky team that I could also see him going to, which is going to be, in my opinion, I don't think it's a rumor, but a team that would be really interesting, that would be pretty nice, would be if he went to Minnesota. I know they just got rid of Dalvin Cook. I understand they have Kareem Hunt and Alexander Mattison. I get it. That running back room is deep. But my thing is this could be like a swap thing, right, for the Colts, right? The Colts get a back-to-back, like maybe they do a Kareem Hunt and a pick to the Colts for Jonathan Taylor because maybe the Colts don't want to just give Jonathan Taylor up and not get anything back at running back because Zach Moss will be their back next year, or this coming season, sorry. And I like Zach Moss, but I'm not a big believer in Zach Moss. Like Zach Moss isn't the number one guy. I guess he's a number two more than anything. But yeah, other than the Dolphins and the team that I would want to see him in Minnesota with him and Jay Jets would just be cool. It's probably not gonna happen. There's probably no chance it happens. The Chicago Bears. They are in a shite ton of trade talks. Always. The Bears are always in it. Always. But them getting Jonathan Taylor, that backfield would be majestic. They would have Justin Fields, who in my opinion, I will get into later actually, because I have some questions and answers to answer. So Justin Fields will come back into this, but that backfield will be unbelievable. Unmatched. Honestly, I think that would be probably the best backfield in the NFL. That would be ridiculous. The Buffalo Bills is another team. The Los Angeles Rams. The Rams could give up picks for it. They want to win. If they want to win, that's what they do. They make that move, but I don't see it. And there is one team that is sneaky as hell that if they get Jonathan Taylor, they are going to be electric, and that is the Baltimore Ravens. Hear me out. Hear me out, guys. If the Ravens get Jonathan Taylor, you're talking to Lamar Jackson, Jonathan Taylor, Odell Beckham Jr. offense. The thing is what are the Colts? What's their asking price for him? That's the question. That's the big what? That's the big if. Like what are we gonna give up for this? What is gonna be the Colts' price? What is it? Are they gonna want a first? Are they gonna want a second? Are they gonna want a running back? Are they gonna want a star rookie? Are they gonna want, you know what I mean? Like what would have to get given up? So we will see what happens in the next coming days. I think Jonathan Taylor will be on a new team before week 1, which is 2 weeks away from today, actually. Right? What's today? Thursday? Today's Thursday, then yes, it is Wednesday. So 2 weeks from tomorrow. So I genuinely think Jonathan Taylor will be on a new team by then. So honestly, I feel like by my next podcast, we'll be able to talk about the Jonathan Taylor trade. So let's go ahead and move on. Let's pivot from that Jonathan Taylor movement trade and let's talk about what we think is going on in the MLB. MLB is in full swing of motions right now. Shohei Ohtani is electric and is going to be the greatest baseball player of all time. It's unbelievable what Shohei Ohtani is doing, and I think him and the Angels will get a deal done at the end of the year. And the Angels, we'll see. Maybe they make some moves, trade some farm players. They need to get players to win now with Trout, because I feel like Trout's getting very injured, very injury prone. A lot's going on with Mike Trout, and I think it's coming dwindling. He's dwindling, and there's only so much more they have in that tank with him to be able to win now. They need to do it. They need to make a move now. Them making the moves that they did in the trade deadline was very nice for them, hoping they're pitching out. That's what the Angels need. The Angels need pitching. Their pitching is very lackluster, subpar, disappointing. You could say a lot of things about the Angels' arms that they have. Their farm system is also not as good. So, yeah, if I'm the Angels, make a move in the offseason, try to get somebody else to add to that team, because Rendon has been nothing but a disappointment for them. As well as let's go across the water. Let's go not even water. Let's go across town. Let's go to the Dodgers. Let's talk about the Dodgers. Ooh. The Dodgers are the best baseball team in the last 10 years. Not this season, in general. What they have done is unbelievable. Since 2012, the Dodgers have the most wins out of any baseball team in the majors. Let that sink in. The Dodgers are unbelievable. Their farm system is unmatched. The way they develop is unmatched. The way they bring people's careers back is ridiculous. Look at J.D. Martinez this season. J.D. Martinez is having an amazing season on the Dodgers. They went and traded for Kike Hernandez. Kike Hernandez OPS is over 900 right now. Over 900. He was playing like trash on the Red Sox. The Dodgers go get players from teams and make those players' careers better. Ahmed Rosario is one of them. They are having a hell of a season. The Dodgers are playing fantastic, and I think they're going to win the World Series this year. Now, I might be biased because I'm a Dodger fan, but the Dodgers are going to be ridiculous. Wait till next year; they're going to be even better. They are. I could see the Dodgers being good for the next 10 years. I genuinely could see it. The Dodgers are on a path to go on the best tear ever. From 2012 till 2032. 20 years. 20 years of good. That's what we are witnessing history, everybody. History because of how good that farm system for that Dodger team is. There is so much that could go wrong, so much that could go right. The Dodgers have been through too many things to happen, if you understand what I'm saying. Sorry, let me take a drink of water before I continue. The Dodgers they're for real. They're for real. Let's also talk about their rival, the San Diego Padres. It is very disappointing what is going on with the Padres this year when it comes to just their highs and lows. They went from probably one of the best, they had the best offseason to where they are now, It's, the Padres are just, I don't know. There's a lot to say. They spent that much money to be at that level that they're at now. There's only so much you could say about it. Only so much you could say. I want to move on from them, though, honestly. I'm disappointed in them. I wanted a more of a fair match from them. The Padres, I wanted more of a step up by them, but we didn't get that. So, but yeah. Also, what's going on? Let me try to think. Let me think what else we could touch base on today. This is going to be a short podcast. This is my first one, so I don't want you guys to expect a 30-minute long podcast because that's not what you're getting today. I never done this. I want to be able to go back, look at it, see what I can improve on. And obviously, there's no sports going on right now at all besides baseball. And baseball is kind of in like that mid-season area where it's like, right now in that moment in very time. So, but yeah, I don't know what the Dodgers are going to do to slow down. I don't know what the Padres are going to do to step up. All I can say about baseball, I can get my predictions. I'll give you my predictions right now for the end of the MLB season. Who's going to be in the World Series? Your World Series is going to be the Los Angeles Dodgers. And in the American League, oh man, it's hard to say coming out of the AL. I think it will be the Baltimore Orioles. That's my World Series prediction, and I think the Dodgers win in 6. Dodgers-Orioles World Series. See if I'm right, see if I'm wrong. Maybe not the Orioles, but I think the Dodgers are going to the World Series. If not, it's going to be Atlanta. Atlanta's good too. But it's one of those two. It's the Dodgers or the Braves in the National League. And there's a few teams in the American League that have a shot. You also have Houston. We still got to think about Houston's still one of those teams. So let's pivot to the NBA. We don't really have much news going on right now in the NBA. It's kind of quiet. It's one of those standstill times of the league, which I hate the most about. But the NBA is kind of dead right now. We're really not hearing much. There's really nothing going on, just workouts. It's one of those points in times that we cannot do anything about. It's boring. It's boring. Let's be honest. It is boring. The time in the NBA is boring right now. There is nothing going on in the NBA, everybody. So, let's jump in. So, I did a Q&A on my Instagram for everybody to ask me questions for question and answers. It's going to be, there is a bunch of different things I asked. I got asked. There are some that are very inappropriate that I'm not going to say on here because people on my Instagram are funny and think that I will let me just answer one of the questions that are on there. Little sus. There was one that I was asked by my homie. He said, how much do I think Austin Eckler deserves to be paid? And My biased opinion is pay him as much as he wants. My unbiased opinion, and for the Chargers to help their future, I genuinely don't think we pay him. I don't think there is a world where he's worth the amount of money, like actually, that he's going to be making. Austin Ekeler is one of the best running backs in the NFL. We can't argue that. He works. He works. He's a workhorse. Give me 1 second. But Austin Ekeler had one of the best seasons last season. If he does the same thing this year, don't pay him at all. It's bad to say that, but the running back market is really bad right now. It's very dwindled. It's very low down. There's really not a it factor guy that is worth the money that you can give him, in my opinion. So, Austin Ekeler, my answer would be do not pay Austin Ekeler. I also have some more questions. Let's keep getting into these questions, right? So the Austin Ekeler one, we don't. That's my answer. We don't pay him. Who has the best uniforms in the NFL and who has the worst? Okay, best uniforms in the NFL, I'm going to have to go with, this is going to be an older answer. I really used to love the Seahawks highlighters jerseys. Those were my favorite. I loved them. I don't know why, like the lime green ones, you guys know what I'm talking about. I loved those jerseys. The worst jerseys, honestly, I'm going to go with the Texans. There's nothing special about them. I mean, they're all reds are nice, but like the regular jerseys, or the Commanders. There you go. The Commanders. I hate the Commanders jerseys. I don't like the Commanders jerseys at all. So best would be the old Seattle Seahawks with the all greens. The worst is the Washington Commanders. I already answered this, but where do I think Jonathan Taylor will go? I think Jonathan Taylor ends up in Miami as a Dolphin. Have I ever met an NBA, NFL, or MLB player, and who was it? I've met a couple people. Honestly, I haven't. I don't think. Oh no, I met Andrew Bynum when I was really little. When I was young, I met Andrew Bynum. I also met. I didn't meet him, but I saw James Worthy like within like the distance of me and my phone, like super close. He was walking because I was able to go on the Lakers court. So yeah, and I met Matt Joyce of the MLB. I've also met David Price in the MLB when I went to a baseball game. That's pretty much it though. Not really anybody super big. I would love to meet some people. Like I wish I would have met Kobe, as Kobe fan I am. How will OBJ perform this season? Odell Beckham Jr. is going to underperform like a mofo. He's not going to be that good. Simple. I don't think Odell. I like the fit, but I don't like the quarterback. I like Lamar Jackson. I'm not saying I don't like Lamar Jackson, but I don't like Odell. Has never played with a quarterback like Lamar Jackson. He had Eli Manning, Matthew Stafford, Baker Mayfield. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying here, guys? He's never had a quarterback that is as versatile as Lamar Jackson is. So I guess my answer is we'll see. We will see about Odell. He's either going to have an okay season or a really bad season. I don't think he goes above and beyond. Is Larry Fitzgerald a top 5 receiver of all time? 100%. 110%. Larry Fitzgerald is one of the greatest receivers ever, and that's not even a question. 1,000,000%. My least favorite NFL player. I'm going to go with an all-time answer because right now, I have one right now. I'll go with my all-time one because I don't like my all-time one anymore. Antonio Brown. I've never liked Antonio Brown. And Tom Brady. I have never liked Tom Brady. I have a lot of answers. It's kind of bad how many people that I don't like in the NFL. Melvin Gordon. No, Melvin Gordon. Melvin Gordon's my most hated player ever in the NFL. Melvin Gordon. That's my answer. Final answer. If you got to pick any player in the NFL to put on your favorite NFL team, who would it be and why? Top 5 player NFL team. Or top 5 players, sorry. Player to add to the Chargers and why? Honestly, I'm going to go with a corner here. And I'm just going to say... I'm going to go Jalen Ramsey. Sorry, Jalen Ramsey. I'm going to say Jalen Ramsey. Jalen Ramsey played at FSU with Derwin, so I think that would just... the chemistry would be there. I'm going to say Jalen Ramsey. It would just help that defense tremendously. The vet on the defense. It'd make our defense ridiculous. Who's going to win the MVP in the NBA? I'm going to go with Giannis. I think this is Giannis' season. I think Giannis wins the MVP this year. I don't see Jokic doing it again. There's no way. There's no way. Maybe Embiid. Maybe. But that's tough too. But yeah, I'll go Giannis this year. I'll go Giannis. This is Giannis' year. Giannis or Luka. If I could pick two, Giannis or Luka. When do I think LeBron will retire? Ooh. I don't know. I'm going to say 2 seasons after he plays a year with Bronny, but that's everyone's answer. I'll make an interesting answer, and I'll say that after this year. After this season. This is LeBron's last season. After the stuff that went down with Bronny, it's super sad, super disappointing, but I'm going to say it. This is LeBron's last year. Yeah, this is LeBron's last year. Another one I got is, who do you think takes the Super Bowl this year, and what seed do the Chargers place as a playoff team? My Super Bowl prediction. I'm going to go Bengals and NFC. Ooh, and Eagles. Bengals, Eagles. And I think the Eagles win the Super Bowl this year. And Chargers, I think the Chargers make it to the AFC Championship, and I think they're the 2 seed in the AFC. Who's the worst starting quarterback in the NFL? Easy answer would be... Easy answer would be one of the rookies because they have not played a snap yet, but I'm going to go with the guy that's actually still in the league. I'm going to go with... Marcus Mariota. Marcus Mariota in Atlanta. That's the worst starting quarterback in the NFL. It's either him or Baker. It's between the two. But Marcus Mariota. Marcus Mariota is the answer. Who do you think is the sleeper team this year and has an overrated team in the NFL? So a sleeper team is my boys. I think the Chargers are the biggest sleeper team in the NFL. We got a new offensive coordinator, and I think we're going to be really, really good. I think we win the division this year. Seriously. Like, no jokes. And an overrated team, I'm going to go with the Ravens. I see a lot of people saying that the Ravens are going to make the playoffs. Honestly, I don't think the Ravens make the playoffs this year. People really got to think about how good the AFC is. Like, I can name teams better right now. I will just go on a tear right now. Chiefs and Chargers. No, that's 1 and 2 in the AFC West, right? The AFC East has the Bills, the Dolphins, and the Jets. All of them are good, right? The North has the Bengals still. The Steelers are always good. Cleveland's going to have a good year. There's a lot. And then the other divisions. Tennessee, Colts. One of them has to make the playoffs because they win the division. One of them has to. Saints, that's the NFC, sorry. But yeah, I think the Ravens are the most overrated team in the NFL because I don't think they make the playoffs this year. And I've seen a lot of analysts, a lot of sports experts high on the Ravens. I'm going to be one of those guys, but I'm not going to jump on the Ravens bandwagon. I'm going to say the Ravens underperformed this year, and they missed the playoffs. They could win it very well, make the playoffs, though. Who wins Comeback Player of the Year in the NFL? Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray is going to win Comeback Player of the Year. Or, okay, the real answer is Damar Hamlin. Damar Hamlin's going to win it because if he plays 10 games this year and doesn't even play crazy, he's going to win it because of what happened. But who I think should win is Kyler Murray because of just the injuries and stuff. Who's the best rushing quarterback in the league right now? Best rushing quarterback in the league is Justin Fields because Lamar, I feel like, is a better passing quarterback and has more threats. So that's a It's a good question, but I think the answer fluctuates, right? I think it depends on who's on those teams, right? If you put Justin Fields on the Ravens and Lamar on the Bears, Lamar is. You see what I'm saying? It just all depends on who they have. Will Patrick Mahomes incline or decline? Decline. 100 million %. The incline from that, there's no inclining after winning that many Super Bowls and winning MVPs and being on that good of a team. There's no inclining. There's only a decline. He's going to digress. He's not going to be him. How do you feel about the Lakers City Connect jerseys? I cannot stand them. I do not like them, man. I think they're the ugliest City Connects we've ever had. I don't know what they're doing. Maybe those aren't it because they were leaked. But my honest opinion is I don't like them. I'm not a fan of them. They're not my forte or my favorite thing. Who will be considered the greatest player in sports history in 10 years? This is by my friend Christian. The other ones I just answered were by my homie Mason. I really appreciate you, Mason, for hooking me up with some of these questions, bro. Christian, the next ones are going to be from my boy Christian, or CK, whichever you want to call him. And the one by the Chargers was by my boy Cam. Appreciate all you guys for sending in questions. Who will be considered the greatest player in sports history in 10 years? This answer is pretty difficult because we don't know. I still think it's going to be Tom Brady because of him being involved with the Raiders now. I think that's going to open up a lot for Tom Brady. I think he's going to help. He's going to be in the front office and stuff. So I still think it's going to be Brady. But it very well could be somebody else. It could be somebody in a different sport. Or it's LeBron. It's LeBron or Brady still. If I could pick one for each sport, I'm going to go Brady, LeBron, and Ohtani. That's going to be my answer for if I could do individual sports. But just one, it's still going to be Brady. Because the NFL is king in the sports world right now. Favorite live sports fan I've been to. All right, this one, guys, is by far not even a singular question of who or why or when. My favorite live sports event is the first game the Lakers had after Kobe died. I was there in person. So they each gave everyone got one of these shirts. On the back it had that, and on the front it had this. That was the most touching, moving, and most unbelievable sports event I've ever been to in my life. Not even close. So yeah, I'm going to have to go with the first game after Kobe died against the Blazers. That game was very unbelievable. Next one is going to be the biggest disappointment in college football history, the 2009 Florida Gators. That team was electric, and they got absolutely demolished by Alabama in the playoffs. Not playoffs, SEC championship. Absolutely. It wasn't even close. Alabama beat the brakes off of them. Let's be real. Beat the brakes off of them. Who's the biggest bust in college football history and why? Biggest bust in college football history. I'm going to have to go with Jamarcus Russell because he's the reason he was a bust. It's either him or Eddie Lacy, right? Jamarcus Russell took time, put effort in, and watched film. He might not be as bad. He'd probably be a lot better if he watched game film and actually participated with team stuff. I don't know if you guys have ever seen this, but there was a thing that came out by the Raiders, and they gave Jamarcus Russell blank tapes of film to go home and watch. He would come back to practice, say he watched film. There was no film on the tapes. So what does that tell you? He didn't put the effort in. Eddie Lacy literally ate himself out of the NFL. Eddie Lacy was a stud on the Packers, dude. He was the next Marshawn Lynch, and he just couldn't stop eating. Got fat, out of the league. Gone. Haven't heard of him since. So yeah, Jamarcus Russell, because he didn't watch film, he didn't put the effort in. Eddie Lacy, same reason why. I genuinely think people are going to say Johnny Manziel, but Johnny Manziel's was... If you have not seen Untold by Johnny Manziel, you guys need to go watch it. I'm currently halfway through. I'm not done with it yet, but I'm going to finish it after this podcast is done. But seriously, go watch it. It's very moving and touching. It's one of the most unbelievable things I've ever seen in my life. Like, shows I've watched, sorry. It's very real. It's very real. Let's see if we got any more questions here from anybody. Best uniforms, Jonathan Taylor answered. Eckler, done. Oh, here we go. From my boy Dennis. Top 5 players for each sport. So I'm gonna start with basketball first. Basketball, top 5 players. We're gonna go Luka, Jokic, no particular order because I can't. You know what? I'll order them. And then the NFL will do quarterbacks because it's kind of difficult with that. Okay, so I'll order it. So number 1, I'm gonna go Luka. Number 2, I'm gonna go Jokic. Number 3, I'm gonna go Giannis. Number 4, I'm gonna go Embiid. Number 5, I'm gonna go Steph. I'll go Steph at 5. And then for baseball, it's going to be Ohtani. You know what I'll do? I'll do most exciting for baseball. No. I'll just do best. Mookie, Ohtani. I'll do order, actually. Ohtani, Mookie. I'll just do positions, not pitchers. Honestly, I think Ellie De La Cruz, he's going to be the best. He's going to be one of the best in the league. I'm saying this is going to be future, not right now. Right now, though. Acuna, Mookie, Ohtani. Trout is still up there. He's just been hurt. And then I will go with Judge. Top 5 for baseball. Top 5 for basketball done. Let me know if you guys have any different takes on it. You probably will. It's sports. That's all it is about takes. My opinion doesn't mean it's right. Football, I'm going to do quarterbacks. Top 5 quarterbacks in the NFL right now. Mahomes. This is where it gets crazy. Mahomes is 1, right? I'm going to go Burrow at 2, Allen at 3, Herbert at 4, and Lawrence at 5. That's my top 5 quarterbacks. But that is all my questions I have for my Q&A from everyone on Instagram. I really do appreciate you guys. Thank you for submitting questions. Much appreciated. Let me see if I got any more. I did not. But yeah, I appreciate everyone who submitted questions on my Instagram. If you guys do not follow me, go check my Instagram out. It's going to be KStorm24 with an I at the end of it. But that is going to be it for my first ever podcast. I think it was a success. Maybe I slipped up some words every once in a while, but I apologize. I will have a guest soon. So that'll be a little easier, be able to communicate with somebody. They will be sitting right here. We'll be able to chop it up, have a conversation about sports. But I appreciate everybody for tuning in. And I will catch you guys in the next episode. Thank you very much. It's your boy K Storm. This is Storm Central, and we're out. Peace.